Part 5. Okay. Let's see. Part 5 will have to dictate more of how I behaved in school and how I was in school and how I was treated in school. Okay, so y'all already know the story from when I was in 3rd grade with Miss Farmer. Y'all already know that story because I already said that story. In pre-K, I think y'all heard that one too. That in pre-K that we were touching. Yeah, I think you heard that. You heard that one too. And me cussing out the teacher. Y'all heard that story too. Okay, so we're in Sun Lake now. I keep getting in trouble. Well, not in trouble in a sense. Anything that has to do with reading, I would kind of like. But I read. That's the crazy thing. I read books. I've been reading books for a very long time. As when I was a kid, my mom was like, she loves books. That's how good focused I was on books when I was a kid. Anyways, my problem was to be able to comprehension. I guess you would say the comprehension of the actual book. It says that I was having problem with. So I was having good grades, but there was one problem with that. And in school, okay, I'm gonna give you a situation. Okay, so I was in 5th grade, and in a talent show, you get what I'm saying? You go there and do your talent, right? I wanted to help. I seen somebody that wanted to do it, and I wanted to help them out because first of all, I liked the song, and they didn't want to do it alone. So I'm like, all right, whatever, and I didn't want to do it alone. So it was a give or take. And somebody else came about in the mix, and they made me feel left out in the whole scenario. Like, I was the one that's like, okay, I'll help you, you won't be by yourself. You know what I'm saying? We both do the talent show and we'll do this song because I really love this song. And whatever dances I would come up with, they'll like make it seem like if it wasn't good. And whatever dance they did, it was good, right? Mind you, this is what happened in the actual talent show. In the actual talent show, they incorporated what I put out and what they had together, right? Without me knowing. So I'm not doing what I put out because they didn't like it. So I'm doing what they put out. And weirdly, whenever it was done, somebody else won the talent show, but them two were congratulated for the talent show, and I was just left out. So mind you, I'm gonna give you a scenario. A kid finishing a talent show with this group, and everybody, hey, you did great. To two of them, it's 3 in the group. So 2 of them, hey, you did great, and the other one is just left out. That scenario is not cool for a freaking kid. So I got complex, and I started dimming my light. And as a kid, I didn't know what light was. I didn't know what my power being, and my power was what would just staying authentically me. I didn't know this stuff. I wish I did, but now I know. So I can say it forward for those who was in my age can know, hey, there is other ways, and that you don't necessarily have to be, oh, why me? You don't, because I know that feeling. I know that feeling of feeling left out and not appreciative of what you just did at the moment, and then you felt left out and humiliated on top of that, because when you went to do your own thing, they took your idea, made it seem like if it was a bad idea. as a kid, you feel like you're the wrong one. Nobody really likes you because you're wrong. And then there goes that complex of not being enough. Okay, so that's where it pretty much started. Yeah, I was in 5th grade, so I was like 11. Guys, I have to go by the age and the grades because certain things happen afterwards. It's been a roller coaster my whole life. My whole life, it's been like a freaking roller coaster. That's why at one point I thought that I would have only temporary happiness because it literally happened that way. That's how there was a cycle. But it was because I was thinking that. Anyways, so that happened in the township 5th grade. And then I got a 6th grade and I was interested in this boy, right? That looks like a girl. It was a girl that looked like a boy, guys. It was a girl that looked like a boy. And everybody thought she was freaking fine as hell, but she was a boy, right? But we thought she was a boy, but then we found out it was a girl, and we still thought she was hot for a girl that looks like a boy, right? That's where I'm in 6th grade. I don't know my sexuality. I haven't came out the closet yet because I was afraid of coming out the closet. Mind you, I've liked girls since kindergarten. As you can see, if you go back to my my videos, it will let you know that in kindergarten I had the biggest. Before that, even before kindergarten, I had crushes on females. So with that being said, that happened, right? And I didn't come out about it. I didn't really say nothing about it. I just would say remarks because the people around me were pretty much showing their true colors and saying that like they were interested in a girl, but just because he looked like a boy and stuff like that. Not that they were interested in girls, but later on, the fact that them girls are they've already done what they done with girls. So anyways, we grow up, we experiment. So yeah, in middle school, I was doing something in my, I think it was English, Miss Hood. Miss Hood. Okay, Miss Hood, this is how I know, because I went for the first time to ISS because of this. So, Miss Hood, I was in her class, and I don't know what the conversation was about, but I told her, shut the fuck up, bitch. Oh, she was being racist. She was being fucking racist as fuck. She's a Cuban. That was my main thing. That was my main thing. I was like, she was being racist as fuck. She's Cuban, and she was being racist toward Spanish people. So that pissed me off. And I told her, shut the fuck up, bitch. Like, I literally said that. I don't know what is it that I open my mouth. You feel me? As a kid, I haven't spoke about that story when I was in pre-K, and the teacher freaking went to jail because I freaking told her to shut the fuck up, bitch. Like, but anyways, I told lady, shut the fuck up, bitch. And I went to ISS. And I got like 3 days at ISS, right? So yeah, so I'm seeing different guys. Like, I'm interested in guys, and interested in girls on the low key, but I can't tell them that I'm interested in them. But this is the way it was, literally. Like, I am surrounded by the girls that I'm crushing on. Why? Because I'm a cool person. Like, I've always been. Like, that's something I can admit. I really was a chill person. But weirdly, I always was left out a lot. Anyways, with that being said, so yeah, I had the biggest crush on someone that was it was my classmate, and someone I met that was in a higher grade than me. And she was in a class of mine, and we were passing notes for a good minute, and she was going out with somebody else from the same class as her. She was in 8th grade, and I was in 6th grade. And mind you, like, bro, that was the beauty of our time, that the note writing. Because you have friends, like, that's how you develop friendship, and that's the way you, I mean, we didn't have phones, so that's the way we talk to each other, and literally that's the way I freaking talk to most of my classmates at the time. And literally the ones that I wrote was the ones that I was crushing on. Jenna was the older one, and then on my classmate is Heather. She know who she is. I don't give a damn how she feels about me crushing on her. I really don't. But she probably got a hint somewhat. She didn't get to know that I came out the closet because she left, like, literally, like, after 7th or 8th grade. I think it was 8th grade, and we went to 9th grade. She left. I don't know where the fuck she's at. Like, I've even looked for her. It's on some crazy shit, because not crazy, because she was my friend. Like, that's somebody I consider as a real good friend. And she was in the popular, she didn't treat me less than. That's why. Because she was part of the popular crew, and she didn't treat me like less than. And everybody else, you know, they would say hi to me because I was friends with her, and she was constantly talking to me and stuff like. But her friends would say hi to me just because of that. But after she had left, her friends really didn't talk to me like that. Like, I was friends with everybody, every single body, like, because I wanted to be liked, and I wanted attention. That's pretty much it. And I was people pleasing and pretending to be someone I'm not, because they liked someone I really wasn't. The ones that truly knew who the fuck I was, they tolerated me, and they liked me. There's some that really they got along with me. I have classmates that I adore to this day, and they adore me as well. And we always send, you know, good vibes. I mean, my classmates are wonderful. Every single one of them, I love them to death. They're like my family, because the fact that I've grown up with them since the age of pre-K all the way to high school when we graduated. Some of them were around, some of them left. And you know what's crazy? That some I've only experienced maybe 3 years, and I end up freaking finding them on Facebook and added them, because we really did have a connection at that time. And it wasn't no type of like I was crushing on you type of connection. It was more like a for actually friendship type of connection. I had fun. Was I bullied? Yes, I was bullied for being fat, dude. Like, as a growing up, before even when I get to middle school, people in the complex were made fun of this birthmark, and they would sing this song, Ma, you still I got pop in the head with Cheerio. Not funny. And especially not funny if you're telling that to a kid, because everybody's laughing at her, and yes, she's gonna remember this damn song, but that's literally the song that's literally gonna freaking scar her, because everybody's singing that song and everybody's laughing at her. So for some years, everybody, and people still remember that damn song, and they laugh at it. It's like, bro, it's not funny, dude. You're being a big bully. Take accountability. You're being a freaking big bully. And I just took it. You know what I'm saying? I really just fucking took it. I really did. Just like the kids' parents didn't want me around and stuff like that. And it wasn't because I was a bully. It's because I knew too much. I spoke too much. Yeah, I spoke too much. So in other words, I was a snitch. That's the word that people would consider as, you're a dry snitch, Marty. You really are a dry snitch. When in reality, as a kid, I was never a dry snitch. I was just telling the truth. It's not like I went out of my way to go tell people the truth. No, they asked me and I told the truth. You're mad because I told the fucking truth and you didn't want me, and you wanted me to lie? Well, I lied when it was beneficial for me. And I hardly did lie because I really didn't like remembering that lie. But I would forget stuff. Just like I don't like lying now. I didn't like lying growing up too either. Just, bro, that's too much work. The fuck? How can you remember everything? That's the thing, bro. Like, how can you remember everything? It's me and my whole life. There's certain things I can remember and I know why, but it's just, no, like, okay. No. So yeah, that happened. So like, yeah, in middle school, my first boyfriend, I was actually in elementary school. His name is Eric, and that was beneficial. Well, he didn't know. He was a kid. He was a kid, and we get to every time went to my cousin's house, I saw him, and all the time, every single time I saw him, we were kissing. So it was like a beneficial thing. It wasn't really like an actual relationship. Mind you, we were kids. We were freaking kids. So yeah, and then after that, in middle school, I had a boyfriend that was interested in my friend. Well, actually, they were together, and they broke up. But the reason why they broke up is because my friend doesn't like him for nothing as well. She did not like him. She was find him annoying as hell. The only reason why she went out with him is because he kept bugging her. This is what she tells me, right? He kept bugging her, right? So I got with him because he was freaking gorgeous. I mean, he's still gorgeous to this day. Beautiful eyes. But we already had our moment. That's it. Anyway, so our moment was like a couple times. Like, we broke in and out. Like, my whole middle school, the relationship was with him. Like, even though like we weren't together for a very long time, because in sixth grade I was with him, right? And then we broke up because I found out that he's still like my best friend, well, my friend at the time. And then then he begged me to get back with me, and he said he didn't like her no more, whatever. And then we started going out, but he kept calling me, bro. And I thought that was so annoying, bro. As a kid, like, he kept calling my home phone, and it was so annoying because there's nothing else for us to talk. Like, we already freaking talk. Like, what else do you want to freaking talk about? So it was very annoying. Like, I wanted to go outside and shit, and like I was annoyed. Mind you, this puberty moment. So like, hormones going crazy as hell, not going towards any sort of sexual wise. I was not thinking about sex at this time, guys. Yes, I had whatever happened to me, but at this moment in middle school, I was not thinking about sex. I was not seeing sex in any form of way that I wanted to do it. There was all my friends, mind you, all of my friends at the time were thinking about it. Most of like, when I hit 7th grade, most of them were already trying to do it. And then when I hit 8th grade, most of them were already doing it. You get what I'm saying? So, like, I was afraid of getting pregnant and having a STD. That's the main reason. I didn't want to get pregnant. I didn't want to get pregnant and STD. I didn't want to be young and have none of that. So that's the main reason why I did not think about sex or anything like that. Even when I had friends and crushes, I wasn't thinking about arousal. It was more like the love that I wanted from someone, because I didn't get it from my parents. I seeked it in the wrong places, right? And mostly my friendships and their family. Like, I would consider their family my family, even though they did not like me, bro. Like, I'm gonna tell you so fucking real as it is, bro. Their parents did not like me. And some of their family members didn't like me either, bro. And I'm gonna tell you why. It's because of that. I knew too much and I freaking said too much. That's it. And when I was in church, the same thing. I said too much, and I knew too much. And then freaking same thing with my brother and my sister. They didn't want to hang out with me. Why? Because she fucking opens her mouth too much. I'm annoying. That's the big thing that freaking. So guess what? I grew up thinking I was annoying for the people, and I'm not enough for people, and I'm not gonna ever be enough for people because I'm annoying. They're not gonna not if my family couldn't freaking love me and actually be there for me and be an actual a family member and a sibling. Trust me, or have me around. Trust me, nobody else gonna have me around. This is the mentality of elementary and middle school. Then I reached high school, but I didn't reach high school yet because I turned 13. When I turned 13, someone moved around. Someone moved to the complex that I fell for. That felt this didn't feel seen towards me, but had feelings towards the same sex as well. So I found the first person that I know that they like the same sex as me, right? And I ended up falling for her, and she ended up falling for someone else that was like totally not for her, and that literally tore me up because I'm like so kid in love with her, puppy in love with her, that her own grandmother can see it. Before she even passed away, she even told her, like, her own grandmother saw it, and she didn't freaking see it. But so it was like, that was like detrimental, seeing someone else be with the one person you like, that you know you can be with, and you like, and likes the same thing, like y'all both like the same thing, and she don't even want to pay attention to you, but she's your best friend, because she ended up being your best friend for a very long time. See, those feelings were just when I was younger, when I seen her be with who she was with. It just, I know too much, and I observe people, so it was like a turn off. Honestly, it was a big turn off. 13, I sneaked out of my house to go to a party to my best friend's house, the same girl's house, and the party was freaking epic. Everybody talks about it we talk about it to this day because we know it was epic at the time. It was really fucking epic. Mind you, I'm in middle school, last party of the year. We're about to hit high school. Literally, we're about to hit high school. And this is the first time I drink Cisco liquor. Well, I've drank beer from empty beer cans that people left and stuff like that. And then whenever we would go to our family members, like our family members would have parties all the fucking weekend. When I was younger, every weekend we had parties. So there was like, I tried a cigarette because they smoked cigarettes like crazy through them. They didn't give one to me. It's just they threw it out, and we turned that bitch on, grabbed one of their lighters, me and my cousin, and that was the curiosity of one, and it was tasted disgusting. And so we would sneak out. I'm remembering shit. So we were saying sneak out. That's why I said I was daredevil, but I was surrounded with daredevils now, bro, because all of a sudden I'm surrounded with my cousins and this boy, my two cousins and a boy, and mind you, the second cousin, one is my blood cousin, one is by marriage, and the boy, he ended up being part of the family because like I said, blood ended up being not blood, family, because we grew up with them and shit like that. Well, anyways, so he was daredevil too, right? We would freaking pick up this the beer, this like they left some in it, and we were drinking whatever and stuff like that, and then do stupid shit, hunching and stuff like that and whatever. Yeah, there as a kid, but in middle school I wasn't thinking about that. That was as a kid. I don't remember that age, bro. I don't remember that age. If I would have asked the people that were in that scenario with me, they probably be like, bro, we were like this age, bro. Like, but I can't tell you I remember that age, 3 degree on the clock. But anyways, yeah, that happened. And so, yeah, 13, whatever, and stuff like that. What else happened in 13? A lot of stuff happened in 13. There's a whole year of shit that happens, and a lot of stuff happened in 13. So yeah, I didn't come out yet. I was not coming out of the closet at all. But apparently people will use me as growing up too. Like before even I came out the closet, well, like I found somebody that like females like me. I had complex friends, I guess you would say. They're in the complex, you feel me? So we hung out with each other. And their first kiss pretty much was me. And that's one boy, and all the rest were girls. So their first kiss was me. They're not gonna admit that shit. But it's alright. I don't care. What I was just saying, that's probably another thing. That's probably another thing that the parents don't want. They don't want me around. But it's not like, it's not my fucking fault. That's one thing I gotta get right. Like, it's nobody's fault, actually. It is what it is. That's what I learned. Now, it is what it is. I'm talking and rambling and shit like that, but I just gotta get this stuff that I gotta get out. But yeah, 13. I smoked weed for the first time. Tried weed for the first time. Didn't like it at first because the dude that rolled it up, he laced it with cocaine, and I didn't know that. So from not smoking it, I ended up selling it. Because I didn't smoke it. So I ended up finding somebody that in the complex was selling the weed. He said, "You want to make money?" And I was like, they're not going to expect the middle schooler. So yeah, I was selling it. I was selling the weed. Or I was bringing people to him. For Goodman, that's how it started. I was bringing people to him, and then he's like, "You want to sell your own stuff?" And I'm like, "All right." So he had to bag it up all himself, whatever, and stuff like that. I didn't know about that yet. So yeah. Then I stopped because I got a job at Wendy's when I hit high school. But then I went back because it was easy money. Hold on. As a kid, it was easy money, bro. But and mind you, I wasn't smoking, so I didn't start smoking again until I was 17. And that's further in. All right, and 13. Okay, 13. So yeah, that happened, right? Whatever. Then 14 came about. We're in high school. I have a new set of friends. Still friends with who I considered my best friend, but she was not my best friend. My best friend at the time was Sophie. In middle school too, she was my best friend too. But yeah, then we hit high school, and oh yeah, I forgot about 13. Whenever my mama, cause all right, when I went through what I went through at 13, everything popped up. Because remember, I'm in puberty. Everything popped up. Like, I'm talking about everything. So I suppressed everything that happened to me traumatically, and that shit popped up, everything. So I literally was on, like, I didn't want nothing to do with life and shit. Like, I really wanted to. I was bad. I was so bad that I closed myself in my house. I mean, like, I wasn't going outside, nothing. My mom, at the time, we have computers. That's when just computers were coming out like that. And my mom bought me a computer. Not when it just came out, but like it had been out for a couple years. And my mom bought me a computer, and I literally was zoned out to that. Like, I would close myself in the computer, and weirdly, scarily too. That's why y'all should need to observe your kids, especially if something happened to them. Freaking, I was seeking out older men to talk to over the phone and stuff, and they were, willing, of course, pedophiles. They were willing, mind you. So yeah, my mom didn't like that, and she heard on the phone one of the guys, and it was older, and she kind of like banned me from the computer for a little bit. And I guess her sister was going to church, whatever, Baptist church or whatever and stuff, and I kept closing myself in the house. I wasn't eating. I wasn't talking, like, often. I didn't talk to my mom at all. Like, I was really rebellious in a form, like, they wanted to know what was wrong with me, and they couldn't find out what was wrong because I was angry and stuff like that. But I was angry because who was there for all of that? Nobody was there. Who was gonna, like, that's my main thing. Like, nobody was there. Nobody's gonna be there. You feel me? Like, I don't really have no family. This is my kid mind. Like, I really don't have no family, because if I had family, they would fucking care about what happened to me, and that wouldn't have happened to me. So, yeah. They had the church come and do the service, whatever, and stuff like that, and That's when I supposedly got saved. And then I think later in the years, months later, I got baptized. And then I was all church, right? I was all church until I hit in like 9th grade. I was all church too. Until like the end of the year. Almost to the end of the year. That I skipped school. My cousin, that I consider my cousin because she was not my blood cousin. My cousin, and then I went back to church because I was doing this in and out of my church thing because I was a kid. So it's not that I stopped going to church after 9th grade. But I'm gonna tell you, there's so much to it. Why? So 9th grade hit, and my cousin that I skipped with, she ended up dying, and that fucking, man, that tore me up. We had a performance in church that day, and it came out beautifully because of the pain that we all had. We all knew her. You know what I'm saying? That did the actual whatever we were doing, pantomime, praise dance, you would call it. Anyways, so yeah. Next is talking about the trauma in church, how that went. I could say how it went from the beginning because I didn't start going to church at 13. I just got saved at 13 and immediately freaking baptized at 13. But I've been going to church since my brother got saved, and that was the age 7, since the age 7, and I was in and out of church. I went to church with him constant when I was 7 and up. And then I stopped going when he stopped going because he left to the military. So that's when I stopped going. And then I went again when I was in high school. But during the time that I was a kid going through church, I always questioned things. But we'll get to that. Blessing, love, and light. Wonderful. Have a wonderful, 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 wonderful day. Know you are a wonderful being. I love you. I unconditionally love you. You're amazing, okay? You are an amazing being, okay? And then if you're feeling down, let your feelings feel that, okay? I know I say you got to be in a positive mindset. Yes, that's true. But you also got to feel whatever you feel. You know what I'm saying? The whole point is to feel what you feel and then go right back to that positive mindset. That's it. Not to stay in that negative mindset. All right? Blessing, love, and light.